Rightfully Vikings entertainment. We just want the Vikings to win a Super Bowl before we die.
I will ride with this group.
Seriously, man. Please.
And away we go.
Right, kids, settle in under the learning tree. We've got a man who played 10 years in the National Football League trenches, a former Viking, a former Super Bowl starting guard with the San Francisco 49ers, and a man who loves himself
The Rock knows how you feel about pie.
some pie this time of year. Alex Boone, the Rhino, in the house.
I'm not going to lie. You can't really see me that well, but it is bulking season, and boy, have I gotten fat. And Mama has let me know. She's like, yo, I got on the scale the other day. It may have said 3 in the beginning, and I was like, we are on our way.
I know at one point you were like, when you were doing Ironmans, you were like 245?
245. Yep,
245.
down there. Yep.
Are you 300 like because you're having fun and being a little irresponsible with the pie eating, or are you like trying to go back to the NFL again like a crazy?
I'm not trying to go back to the NFL, but I'm starting to see
I
that
know some teams that could use you. Is your
I'll be
hamstring torn off the bone? Because if
No.
it's not, the Lions could use a guy.
I would, believe me, but I don't even know how they would sign that for him to be like, hey, he doesn't even have a leg. Like, how do we make him write off the entire
You got the knee has been replaced.
That's their whole point. Like, how do we write off the entire thing? If anything happens, we want no responsibility. No, the problem is I'm looking at possibly my roster for this year's combine class, and it is some of the biggest dudes. And I was like, okay, listen, if we're going to be on these dudes, we're going to have to meet them force with force. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The more mass there is, the easier it is for me to be a 3 technique on Tuesdays. If I'm 245, they're just going to pick me up, right? If I'm 315, I throw shoulders, and these kids are like, dude. I'm like, yeah, right? The old man still got it. Still got it.
So I get. So yeah. So if you're training the next generation of superstar
Gotta
offensive
be
linemen,
big.
you don't want them throwing you around during the training sessions. It makes sense.
Dude, if we get this one dude, though, Phil, I'll let you know if we get him as soon as we do.
We'll celebrate. We'll celebrate.
Yeah, we will.
Also, you can find Alex and Jeremiah Searles on the OLine Committee with myself, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. We're doing podcasts 3 times a week, breaking down the NFL. I don't know, generally just being idiots and breaking down films. So check out the OLine Committee. We will break down. There's been a couple times where it's like, you know what, things didn't go so well in that game, but Positive Phil's going to bring you some. No, we're gonna get into the nitty gritty bad stuff, and you're gonna help us figure out what's going on with some of the
don't make me
protections,
do this,
whatever. But I have a couple questions before we even get to the film breakdown. After I shout out Prize Picks for our glorious audience here. So Prize Picks right now, as you open the app, they're already posting stuff for this week because we got football right around the corner tomorrow. Cowboys-Lions tomorrow. Oh, my God. Injected. Let's see where the JJ number is at. It keeps going down. 186.5 passing yards is the number on JJ McCarthy. You pick more or less on that. You select between 2 and 6 players, and you pick more or less on their stats. It's that easy. You can cross sports if you want to. Enter that code Purple Daily for $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup on the Prize Pick app. That's once again code Purple Daily for $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Also, I'm not gonna lie. The reason I was a little late for this recording here, Booney, is I just wolfed a Peps. I had a Peps Legit pizza. Peps also makes Green Mill pizza. They're both fantastic. Green Mill restaurant, tavern-style pizza. Green Mill is an iconic brand here in Minnesota, and you can get those pizzas in the frozen section, the freezer section of your local grocery store. They also have soft breadsticks and sauces, so if you're looking for some good pizza and you're looking to cut that into squares like a good Minnesotan, you can find out more at greenmillfoods.com.
Football.
Okay, let me pull myself off the screen. There we go.
This is like going to be the hardest Band-Aid to rip off ever, dude. I know.
I'm just going to ask this.
Don't.
Should there's been a lot of Justin Jefferson discussions around the football sphere. And I think what happens is whenever there's these discussions about, like Minnesota player is disgruntled, we always are like, that's just clickbait, national media. To what extent, if the season didn't get better and he didn't get another 100-yard game and his career is just a wasted year for his career, to what extent are we on Stephon Diggs, Randy Moss watch, Percy Harvin watch, some of these other star receivers that are like, yeah, man, can't do this anymore?
I think we're DEFCON 5, dude. I think we are deep into it. I think he is already showing emotions where he's looking around like, I cannot be here for this. And I get it. It's a lot of the competitor in him, right? Like, he looks around and he's like, what? He's kind of, I think he's looking at the situation the same way I was earlier with JJ. Like, what is the problem? Like, if it isn't being under pressure or taking a filthy sack, it's him running around and overthrowing it, or at times making silly decisions. But this last game, like, there was a quote and a comment, and I don't know who was doing the game, but he said something to the extent of a lot of tough lessons being learned today. And I was like, man, if that is not the synopsis of this game, because the minute that he threw that interception, that was so reckless, I was in my mind going, I wonder what Justin Jefferson's thinking now. And as soon as I said that, they panned to him because they're thinking the same thing. What's the number one receiver in the entire world thinking right now that this guy can't throw the ball from there to him, which is 10 yards away with nobody in front of him? Like, it's just, he has to be like, this is not getting better. It's only gotten worse. What makes me think it's going to get any better? And the problem is there's probably a lot of complaining going on. Right, and all of a sudden you're sitting around this frustration all day, and everyone's upset, and you're losing horrifically. Like, you get shut out, and in a game that I feel like a lot of it, this is going to get me in a lot of trouble, Mackey.
Do it. Say it.
A lot of it was the coach's fault. Like, I'm looking. 100%.
Okay, this is a safe space. This is a safe space.
I'm not even really worried anymore because we're looking at the game going, why is an undrafted rookie who has never played in a game even throwing the ball? Why are we even letting him do wild things like this? Why is he doing a roll right? Whose idea was that? To leave DeMarcus Lawrence completely unblocked, which, by the way, having a stellar year. Banner year. He had more points himself this last game than the offense did. And this isn't the first time this has happened. And that's why you're looking at it going, whose idea was it to leave him unblocked? Because you're an idiot. And I mean that wholeheartedly. But after that, you go, you know what? We're going to continue to let this kid throw the ball. After the second interception, I would have been like, KO. As the OC and the guy who's going to eat every bit of this, I'm telling you, I am not calling another pass play. And the minute that, like, everyone looks at me, they're like, I would have turned it off. It's like, I would have cracked his headset. I would have snapped it, pulled the wires out, and been like, I am not going down like this. Do you understand me? I've lost here in Seattle enough. I've been humiliated enough here. Believe me, those games were rough. I'm not going to do it again. And the fact that they can't just start running the ball more to help at least set things up is driving, I think, everybody nuts. And it has to be driving the team nuts, too. Like, it doesn't have to be 30 throws to Justin Jefferson, but maybe if it were 8 to 10 adequate throws that were efficient, that had him open, we're talking about a different scenario, right? Like, he's becoming a part of the offense. He's one of the focal points. But right now, it's just like, they're looking at him to be like, has he blown his casket yet? Is he going to lose it yet? No, he's still cool. Okay, wait till the next series.
He has been, like, shockingly cool about that. I mean, he's not cool with it, and you can tell.
Oh, you can tell he is not cool.
He's sitting by himself off to the side.
He's got that, like, I'm getting hot look. I'm getting hot.
I'm trying, if there was like I guess it would be like the Stefan Diggs scale of, are we to the point where he's skipping a Wednesday practice and taking a $250,000 fine because he's pissed? Yet not quite that level.
Let's be honest. We love him because he doesn't do that, right? Like, we're cool with the fact that you're upset. We get that. I don't even think anyone's mad at you because you're upset. We're upset with you. We're upset for you, to be honest.
Yeah.
But with the fact that you act like a grown man about it and you can at least sit there in your frustration, and like you said, he doesn't really show it, and we're looking like, but he does. He does that low-key, like, you can tell he's mad, but he doesn't miss a practice to be like, this is how pissed off I am, because that right there is the death of everything, right? And then instantly people are like, well, now you're just a cancer, dude. Now you're a cancer killer, because even as a guy that was in this league for a long time, I can break it down to the fact that they're paying you a lot of money to just show up on time. And if you can't just do that, then you're worthless. Like, I don't know what good you do for this league. And the fact that he shows up day in and day out, and you can tell he's a competitor, right? He's giving it everything he has. He shows up in the blocking. We've talked about him several times on this show. Yeah. Downfield blocking, making plays. Like, that's what you love about a guy like that. And a team can rally around that. Now, it's hard, I feel like, because they want him to be such a focal point that they're like, I feel like they don't know how to do it. And it's like, if you just run the ball a little bit more and force the safeties into the box, it'll help Justin, number one, with the one-on-one matchups, right? And two, they'll have bigger windows because the minute those dudes all step up and Justin gets a step or two on him, now everyone's just bailing, right? And it's not hard, but they're making it look like it's so complicated.
So to that point about like I was kind of shocked, even knowing that Kevin O'Connell, with any quarterback in the 4 years he's been here, generally skews toward the most pass-happy play caller in the end. In fact, since he took that Vikings job, I believe the only team that has a higher like percentage of pass plays, I think it's the Bengals
or the Rams.
And then you got Joe Burrow. It's not the Rams. Well, the Rams are more balanced.
I mean, they're up there with them, right?
They're running 13 personnel this year.
Well,
like
they also have that 1-2 punch that and we don't even get into that. But yeah, that's the problem is you're trying to keep up, and it's almost like he's trying to keep up with the Bengals, and the fact that he's like, we can do it just as good as you, and it's like, but they have a quarterback that is like PhD genius level. Albert Einstein can drop the ball in the bucket, comes back from turf toe with an angry face, and all of a sudden there's 400 yards up there, and you're like, what just happened, right? Like, he gets it. This is different. Here's a kid who's new to the games, come off of injury. Number two, can't really stay healthy, which in my mind makes me think, what's running through his mind, right? Like, you've been hurt several times. Now all of a sudden people are bearing down on you, and you're like, do you think you're comfortable in there? Probably not. And that's why all these mistakes are happening. And now you go and throw in his backup, and everyone's like, well, can't get any worse. That fourth down, I'm not kidding you. It was like he was like,
I'm going to make you watch that 15
hold my beer.
times
I am
later.
not watching that play. I swear to God, I cannot.
Keep your eyes open.
It's the sideways throw that makes me go, what are you doing?
That's not even the funniest thing about the funniest thing about the play is when it's going back the other way, and he does like this kind of belly flop hop on the ground as if he's trying to. I just to rewind for a second though. I was in a sadistic. Well, I mean, I don't think. Listen, man, we're speaking truth, and
it is the truth.
Like,
that's what's crazy.
I also want to say before I give you this hammer here and see what you do with it. I have been the number one Kevin O'Connell propagandist and apologist and you've been there with me too.
100%.
And I think sometimes I feel like in today's sports and general society, if you poke or criticize something in a valid way, it means that you're a hater or you're out or. Yeah. I am by no means calling for the firing of Kevin O'Connell, but I am taking my little prod and I'm saying, dude, here's an example. Again, you're in Seattle. You've got an undrafted rookie free agent quarterback doing this for the first time. And to make it even worse, your starting left tackle and left guard are not playing in this game. So your backups.
You're really in a bad situation. Yes.
And if my charting was correct here, going back to Sunday, they had going into halftime, 17 called passes and 6 called runs, and it was mostly a 3-0 or scoreless game the entire time. Yeah. So one of the Vikings reporters asked Wes Phillips, who's just, Kevin O'Connell's running the offense and calling the plays, but Wes Phillips can answer some questions. And Wes Phillips was asked something about kind of the ratio and like abandoning the run game in that situation. And he said, and I paraphrase, yeah, the first handful of runs really didn't click, and so we kind of moved off of it, and by that point they were down 10-0. And my question to you is, having been on teams that went to the Super Bowl and the NFC Championship game, and also run-heavy teams in your career too, that maybe it didn't click in the first 8 runs, but you keep hammering. At what point do you call it on a run game? Like, at what point, to me at halftime, only calling 6 runs is egregious in this situation.
Yes.
But then deciding that, you know what, the first 5 or 6 runs didn't hit, therefore we can't run the ball today. I don't like that either. I'm not looking to go back into the Mike Zimmer days of run, pass predictability here. But
right.
But at what point is it actually fair to abandon the run game? I feel like the Vikings are too quick.
100%. And I think in your mind, you're kind of like, listen, if we would have had at least just a little more balance, like had it been 50-50, maybe the game goes a little bit differently, right? And you have to remember, and I'm trying to remember the game because it was Sunday, and through our show we've done so many, but sack fumble, they fumble the ball, Vikings get the ball, they start driving. They have 4th and 1. It's 3-0. There's like 2 minutes going into halftime. You're on like the 6-yard line, and it's 4th and 1. And what have we talked about for the last 4 weeks? And this is why I feel like it's going to get a little spicy, is because you're right. I love KOC. I think he's great. I think what he has done in the last couple of years with what he has had has been phenomenal. But the last couple of weeks we've been like, hey, it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. We probably shouldn't throw the ball, right? Like, let's keep it simple. They run a roll right. And my biggest pet peeve with the roll right, and we'll watch it, unfortunately, is the running back goes to it. And so there's no fake with anyone. Nobody is bought with anything. Nobody is sold with anything. It looks at times super stupid. The only thing that works with it is it allows your quarterback quickly to get on the edge, right? So, like, if you have speedy receivers, it's like he can get his head around right now and see what's going on. But the problem is you left the guy unblocked, and it goes right back to our first gripe of, why are we throwing the ball on 4th and 1? And this is the 5th week in a row. So now it's becoming an indictment like, hey, you're not really listening. And no offense, I get it. None of us are head coaches, but some of us have been in this league and been like, hey, man, we can only beat our head against a wall for so long before you start to lose people. And here we go. You ready? Not only do you worry about Justin Jefferson going, hey, this has been great. I appreciate all the money, but I can't sit here anymore. This is not getting any better. I don't see this changing next year. And frankly, I'm getting old. But who else is this going to affect? B-Flow. He's going to go, you know what, guys? I got an offer. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I'm out of here. I had one of the best defenses. You guys continue to screw yourselves. I can't help you anymore. His defense had us in this game. Their defense technically had more points than their offense going into halftime, and it was like, I did not see this happening. I just could not. And I keep shooting myself in the foot, but every time I say that, I think of Jeremiah Searles going, oh, it's in his DNA. He cannot physically run the ball to save his life. And me going, no. But he's got a young quarterback. He'll understand. Still hasn't understood. We're week 13. We're all looking around going, maybe he doesn't understand what rookie means. Maybe he doesn't know what undrafted is. I don't know. Shit, do I even know what he knows what he's doing anymore? What are we doing, right? Like, B-Flow's looking around like, guys, we can only hold them for so long. And they did. Jackson Smith and Jigba didn't have a catch till the end of the 3rd quarter, and it's like,
yeah, dude.
You guys are playing. Dude, who's coming? I don't know. This volleyball, bat the ball down, these sacks, these fumbles. They were doing everything they could to keep us in. The offense's pick 6 is what really drove the wedge in before. And even then, to your original question, it's 10-0 at halftime. I'm on the blackboard going, we are going back to power. I'm going to toss the ball. We're going to go whammer. We're going every which way. Yeah, I got it, guys. They are a run-stopping defense. They are really good at it, but we cannot afford to let this undrafted rookie lose this game for us. Let's go out and give ourselves a fair shake. And no offense, but just because they are number 1 doesn't mean we can't come out and punch them in the mouth a little bit. Because maybe if we scare them enough, they'll go on the sidelines and they'll go, okay, listen, we're going to drop a safety in the box. And now the offense is technically won because they're like, hey, now we can get the ball to Justin. Now we can throw the ball to the outside and have these things where now all of a sudden they go, okay, now the safety's going out of the box and we go back to the run game a little bit, right? And if anything, you make it 3-10, 7-10. Now, did I think it was going to be 7-10? Probably not. But maybe you make it 3-10. And then you can still sit back and in your back of your mind, and this is terrible to say, but you can do this a little bit when you're the HC. You go, well, if the media comes after me, I'll just say it was a close game, and that's why we kept running the ball, right? Like, they're going to keep going like, well, why didn't you press the gas? And it's like, young quarterback, game's close. We're going to play smart, right? We're not here to lose the game. We're here to be competitive, and then you can rely on that. But instead it was like, you know what, Wes? Hold my beer. We'll do it again. No! 3rd interception. All right, hear me out, guys. One more chance. Like, dude, you got to. And by the way, there was one even earlier that he tried to throw to Justin that almost got picked. That it was almost 5 interceptions. One that was,
I think it, yeah.
Jordan Addison almost caught it too.
Well, man,
I
Jordan
know.
Addison he had another. He has like 7 drops this season, and he's just.
I don't expect much from him except for people to go, that guy's fast. Somebody watch him, right? Like, that's all you need to do for us.
The last thing I'll throw at you, and then we'll get into some film here, is to your point about like the 3rd and 4th and shorts, and we've been hammering this on Purple Daily and OLine Committee for a month.
Hammering it.
But the last 14 times the Vikings have tried to pass on 3rd and short or 4th and short, 0 first downs, 0 completions. By the way,
my
0
coach,
completions.
Shout out to everybody at St. Ed's High School. Finally put me in the Hall of Fame last year.
Wow.
We used to go to Pennsylvania every year.
Self-suck.
That's a huge self-suck, but it's an amazing school, and I'm very proud of myself. We used to go to this every year, and it was in It was in Pennsylvania. The name is escaping me, but it was in the middle of desolate Pennsylvania. You were in the middle of nowhere, and all these teams would show up, and you would have to do these 7-on-7s and these pass pros all day for a week. It was the most miserable time of your life, but you had fun with your boys, right? And they used to make us do hit-its for an hour every day just because they were just tough coaches, and they would make us repeat these sayings. And one of them was the definition of insanity was doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. That makes you insane. And it never hit me as a kid, right? Like I'd always be like, it's insanity. It's doing the same thing, right? And then when I got into the league, I was like, that's what he meant. Son of a bitch. I was 14 years old. He was trying to teach me like I was a grown man. That's exactly what this is. And you've been saying it for weeks. And it's crazy because they're starting to talk about it a little bit on Football Night in America. And I was like, Phil.
That's right.
Phil, everyone's starting to notice.
I'll be able to spit it out faster than Rodney Harrison. I'll tell you that much. No, I'm sorry, Rodney. I'm sorry. That was
I shouldn't because that's going to be me in 5 years, so that's okay.
Me, Alex. You,
Phil, what'd you say?
All right, avert your eyes because this is going to be some ambulance chasing here. But let's get to the bottom of some of the stuff that went wrong.
Though. Why can't the Vikings wear their retros when they wear their? You know what I'm saying? They should coordinate the whole retro thing where it's like we're all going to go old school today.
I love like the early '90s all whites with the big block line down when the Vikings wear those. Those are kind of bad, like the Wade Wilson kind of thing. I want to show you some of the pressures and sacks from.
Yippity skippity.
And mind you, again, it's backup left tackle. Blake Brandel has been the starting center at times, but he's now at left guard in this game. So just want to know what's going on here.
Shout out to Blake too, just moving around, doing what he can.
I bring it honestly, dude. I think he's my starting center next year.
I think so too.
A bunch of cap problems. I would almost even if Ryan Kelly wants to play, you got to save some cap anyways. I would save him from himself and just say, dude, we're not going to do this. You've had 42 concussions. And
I think it's a new league. They're going to say that to him. They're going to be like, listen, bud, we don't want to be liable for anything. By the way, I love the cheetah snap count. My coaches used to say you should never get beat on a cheetah snap count because technically, if you go back, the cheetah is as soon as he puts his hand on the ball goes. And you can kind of tell because sometimes these guys don't take forever to mic like this. Normally when they mic, they're down. But see how as soon as he grabs it, he snaps it. So everybody should go right now. It's a great job, right? We're going lucky. Everybody's sitting good. Go back real quick. And it happened so fast, nobody saw it. And that's the problem. As soon as he sets, and Leonard Williams, dude, you've heard me talk about him on the OLine Committee. He is a full-grown bulldog. 6'8", 325, will eat you if he could. My dude does not have that many wiggles, but the problem is you see right there when he does that and all of a sudden Will starts to lean and kicks his butt back. As soon as he kicks his butt back, his outside leg is going to open. And we call this opening the gate, and you should never do this because it creates – no, the other one's going to open.
The outside leg.
Yeah, and it creates a direct rush lane to the quarterback, right? If anything, what you want him to do is strike. See right there how it opens. And the problem is, and guys tell me this all the time, and it drives me nuts when we're working in the gym, and they're big dudes, and yes, some of them are incredibly talented athletes that are starting in the NFL, and they'll be like, Coach, I'll be fine. This guy makes $90 million. Does he look like he's fine? He's not fine. Right? They're bigger, they're stronger, they're faster than you think. And if you just open the door to them, they're going to press you extremely hard, no matter what. And the problem with his is not only does he open the door, but he stops his feet, which allows Leonard to get his hips past Will's. So now Will can't even run him past. See how he stops his feet right here? And it's this kind of shimmy, shake. But Leonard's not really known for the shimmy, right? He's mostly known for like, I'm just going to go through you type dude. But he's been eating since he's been in Seattle, man. A lot of it's probably because of the guy next to him, too. Which is weird because...
Nice job here. Hand extended, Will Fries.
We've talked about that.
Help your quarterback up.
We've talked about it.
Good
Absolutely.
Teammate.
You always help your quarterback up, number one. If we don't see you help him up, it's a fine. If nobody helps him up, that's a fine.
It's also maybe a cultural problem within the locker room.
Unless you don't like your quarterback. Yeah. Then you get fined for helping him up. I'm kidding.
So this is actually a nice job by Brosmer finding an outlet. T.J. Hawkinson
is that T.J. Hawk? I forgot he was here. God, I haven't
the
seen
longest
him in weeks.
reception of his Vikings career, maybe. That was also. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know.
We
where
are
these
not. We are
sideways
not
shots
sorry.
coming right
No,
now.
they're not. I'm not. You can be. I'm not. I'm spicy today. Leave me alone. Here we go. We're going to try and do a little bit of this play action thingy here. I'm going to barely hand this ball out. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, man.
I know. Listen, go back. I love that he finds this outlet, right? I do. I love it. This is a great job of them getting everybody on an island, right? We're clearly in this play action. We're going to fan this front side, technically backside. We used to love play action because this is where you would catch a lot of the double teams, right? So we're always kind of play actioning a zone concept, and that's because we can create more double teams everywhere. But this alignment right here, this is like, technically, this is a 55 front. Pause it. It's an over with the Sam on, right? So that's why we call it a 55. Had that number 9 right here to the left been off the ball and the defensive end outside, we would have called it a 59. And that's why all of a sudden people ask me like, oh, those numbers actually mean something. It's like, yeah, words have meaning. Who would have thought that, right? In college, they don't. That's why it's stupid. In the NFL, now I have to know this. So you'd walk up, you'd be like, hey, 55, and everybody be like, yo, the Sam's on? What? And all the dumbasses would go, what's a 55? You'd be like, dude, it's an over with the Sam on. My God, you need to learn this quickly, right? Very rare front, but Seattle's always run very rare fronts because they love this. It always creates one-on-one matchups, and they know that someone's going to get beat. They're very smart, and they play the odds. Now, they don't need this sack. They just need this rookie quarterback to be panicked. And you and I have talked about this. Yeah. Exactly. Pressure from up the gut will scare you the most. Look at this. He can't even get to his spot. And I'm not mad at Blake. Like, I've played in Seattle, and don't tell me it was loud there because I've played in what's been the loudest. It's hard to get a beat there. But if your quarterback's running around early and running for his life, it is a recipe for disaster later, especially up there.
Especially, like, the more you watch, that's a really good job by Max Brosmer.
It's a great job.
All right, shotgun here.
Probably one of, 4 throws that we were like, hey, man, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't like...
The problem is there was only 4, right? And we talked about that bar. You have to hit a certain bar. And if you don't hit the bar, we don't ask you to come back on Tuesday. I don't know that they asked him to come back.
Can I...
Don't do
obviously
it.
Not perfect ball placement here, but...
Don't.
You know, I'm paying...
Don't.
Paying 38, 35,
Whoa, you're spicier than I am. Never mind.
I mean...
On the run.
No.
Can
we haul that in?
No. Listen, go back.
No.
See how he's running to the technically... Okay, this is going to look weird, but like he's running to his...
Or do you want...
No, you can do it from this angle because you can see that he's running to his left, right? The left sideline, technically on the screen to the right. If you throw the ball backwards, do you know how hard it is for them to stop and try and get... See how he's running to the sideline, Mackey. He's halfway there. The ball's thrown to the numbers. That's why he's like, dude, I can't come back any more than this. I can't. No. I don't think Justin would even like asking. No, because I'm saying like I think he's such a competitor that he'd be like, my ball. You know what I'm saying? Like if he could have had it with 1% chance, dude, come on.
Yeah.
By the way, pause. You're an NFL quarterback. My sister could make that throw. My sister, Mac.
Wow.
Mackey, look how wide open it is to the right. Not for nothing, but there's 2 guys to the left. I wouldn't throw it to the left because I see 2 blue jerseys there. I would throw it way more to the right and go get it now. I don't know. What do you want me to say? You're spicy. Yeah. I'm spicy. I'm not mad. You're mad. You're mad. This better not be it. This
is it. When your season's over before Thanksgiving, nobody is safe. Nobody is safe from criticism.
By the way, I was looking at the game this week, and I got so depressed when I saw a 4-8 team versus a 3-9 team, and I was like, it's not even going to be.
Because before the season, we were kind of looking at like Jaden Daniels, JJ McCarthy.
We were so excited.
Are they gonna flex that game to Sunday Night Football?
You know what? Don't even show up, both of you. Mariota's doing better.
You know what they should do? They should flex that game to London, actually. That's what that game deserves to
We're going to put you guys back in Madrid.
You guys pack up. All right,
I don't want to talk about this play. I can't. I physically
can't
do it.
So, Kevin, I just want to say that Kevin O'Connell threw Josh Oliver under the bus. Josh Oliver missed a block here. So I think he was supposed to block 0, and he didn't. Or at least, like, chip him a little more on the way out.
There it is. There's that Wilt Chamberlain. Like that. I got you sideways. I can't wait to see the
This is
flop.
So you'll see it
All
from
right.
this angle.
I know. Okay,
We're going
so
slow-mo
but you
here.
can throw whoever you want under the bus. That I would have, for the head coach to do that, I definitely would have dinged him so hard. Like we would have seen.
Well,
that
people
check
wanted to
come.
know like what happened. Why?
You know
did
what
Giro-
happened? We called a pass when we should have just ran it. Pause.
Yeah. Could have kicked a field goal too. By the way.
Assume we just run. Remember we talked about. Remember that slice play that we talked about on OLine Committee. Pause it real quick. Imagine if we ran that here, right here. Go back real quick because here's how it's going to get blocked. Ready? 67 is going to be on 7. 64 and I don't know who the center is. They're going to be on a single all the way across
was
the.
it Ryan Kelly or Jurgens?
It's Ryan, I think. So they're going to be a single all the way across the ball, right to 33. We're going to go
the center to 33 or 64 to 33.
Well, that's the problem. It doesn't matter who. It just depends on where the ball goes, right? If 33 plays over the top, 64 would come off. If 33 goes over the top, the center would take him. If he hits that gap, 64 would come off, right? Like you guys would play into the shade or the nose right there, and then however the linebacker fits, that person would come off based on Aaron Jones pressing the hole and cutting somewhere. But what we talked about was in this slice play, and this is why I say slices because you'd run it out of this, right? Ham would go cut 3 technique, which was who again? Was it that guy that got that sack earlier? Was that guy that we wanted to be like, hey, man, maybe we should teach you a lesson about what happens when you come over here? Maybe sometimes that's a lot of fun too. But what would I know? I didn't play. Go back real quick. Will Fries, you climb to the mic, right? You just run through right now. Ham, you come right off of his calf and you cut 9-9. You just cut him. I want you to cut him so bad right in the hole. Don't ever let him come through here again, right? And then you let Brian O'Neill push 13 across the hole. You tell Ed Oliver, you just block the end. And then you let Aaron Jones make a cut and go, hey, man, listen, we really just need 1 yard, but if you can get in the end zone, that'd be great.
Are you talking about, is this the Bears play that opened up like a 50-yard gaping hole that a semi-truck could drive through? Yeah.
What would I know? Yeah. I'm an idiot. You know what? You're right. Let's do roll right. What did I tell you about? Remember how they said that there's no action. Nobody buys anything. And it looks like everybody's covered. Bro, I wonder why.
Man, this is wild.
It's bad.
I mean, there's so many, obviously, on the Brosmer front here. Right here, the play's pretty cooked. It's pretty cooked right here. If that ball doesn't get out here, you could just kind of dirt that thing.
I would dirt it right now. You're dirting
dirt
it
it
right now. Dirt it.
Well, actually, but you don't. But he's thinking you don't want to. Here's the thing: it's a 4th down, so he's thinking if I dirt it, I'm literally turning the ball over.
See, you've already ruined the game because this kid's already thought way too much. He's a rookie, and he's like, what was the snap count again? And now you got him thinking like, oh, my God, this guy's right in my face. Wasn't this guy an all-pro at one point? Right? He's chasing me down. Oh, I'm just going to try and make something happen. And then, I threw it to the run. I tried to leapfrog. I tried, Kevin.
Oh, it's so bad. Well, watch Brosmer. I'm sorry. Max, love you, dude. Watch this.
That's a fine for you, by the way. Love that captor.
God. Yes. I know. I got my row the boat hat on right now too. Got the axe
I know,
in my
dude.
possession. It's great. Here we go. I mean, this is just one of the worst interceptions you're ever going to see in your life watching football, and it's also malpractice as a play call. And Kevin O'Connell, to his credit, on the Monday press conference said, "Yeah, I hated that play call after sleeping on it, but you don't get it back."
No, you don't. You certainly don't.
Let's watch a couple more here. Just
why
to
not?
see.
You know what? We're already into it. If you can't get out of it, get into it.
They've actually run this type of action quite a bit this season, where Jefferson kind of orbits out, and then they have a screen built in, and I don't know, it just nothing clicks, man. Everything's just hard for this team. It's kind of there, like he's got to beat one guy, but it's kind of there if he doesn't bobble it.
No, it's there. I mean, I'm trying to see how we called it. Oh, I get it. I got you now. I got you. That's why they didn't do that. It's called. I mean, it's. Go back real quick.
It's not a house call, but it's it's there.
Yeah, the problem is when these linebackers keep letting it go. So it's zone, and then when he goes in orbit.
Well, isn't 3 ideally? Wouldn't the orbit pull? Well, if they're in zone, it's
you
not
would think that,
3.
but you would still think that it would pull him in, right? Because that action behind the quarterback kind of pulls him in. It's not him. It's 53 who reads it right away. I thought it was 3. It's 53. He kind of drops, and that's when they drop into a screen, it's so hard because they're dropping and they're seeing everything coming at them, and they're like, I thought this was a pass play. And then they're like, oh, it's a screen. Like, see how he drops? And then he sees all the action coming at him, and that's when he's like, oh, it's a screen. I'll just come up in here.
Gets right out. Yeah, that's a great
Yeah,
job.
that's the problem, too, though. Is this could actually be a big home run hitter. These two need to do a little bit better blocking. Will's got to use his hands better. You can't just use your elbow and your shoulder. And you have a tendency when you get out in space to just want to, like, put a shoulder on guys. But when you're like this, like when this guy drops and he sees that it's screen, you got to go physically put your hands on him and be like, no, you don't, right? And at the same time, right here, Ryan, he does a great job of getting leverage, because if Aaron catches this and turns up right now, he could technically cut back to the left. And there's a lot of grass over there, right? But like you said, he's got to catch.
Yeah, and then the whole thing gets nuked when he drops the ball. So
Yeah, and 53 puts his hands on it. I don't know. Aaron fumbled it later, too. It's not good.
All right, let's try again. We'll see what we got here. Little twist.
Dude, go back real quick. Is this the legendary Seattle cover 3? Legion of Boomskis? Watch this. You're gonna see the two corners and the safety all drop, and then everybody else plays under. See that? It's so cool, isn't it? Dude, I used to watch Sherman do that.
Let's take the end zone view here.
Pause right quick. See how wide he is on the left, 99. He's doing that because he wants to get that guard open, right? This is
because they're running a little. Would this be a TT here?
Yeah. Well, without even really noticing, I apologize. I was looking at the coverage earlier. I always look at their coverage to see if it's 3 or 2 because the Seattle's famous. But go back real quick. They start out wide, and this started with Michael Bennett when he was there. He kind of created this, and what they said was, we used to find out because we used to talk to people in Seattle, is they did this because they knew that now you had to treat yourself like a tackle, the guard did, and most guards couldn't create space and get off the ball or go vertical. And so what they would do is turn right away, and they would like be flat, and so Michael would just cut that corner super tight, right? But then when you would play somebody that was good enough to get off the ball, they would do this, and you would fly off the ball, and then they'd twist you. You know what I'm saying? And so you'd have to come back in and try and pick up this twist. Because Blake does a great job. Look, he does a great job of getting out the ball. He even does a great job of coming back in. And that's why this is one of the things that, like, as long as you stay square and you get depth to a wide rusher like that, you should always be fine. The problem is he runs into this.
They picked this up, man.
They're good. This is on Max. Like, you can't. What do you want me to tell Brian? Hey, that all-pro guy out there that used to be an all-pro, you know what? Just, what are you doing? What are you doing, right? I'm not mad. Pockets closing a little bit. You got to go, man. Do something. First of all, Ham, turn the other way. What are you doing? He turns over his left shoulder, but he's turned, but he's not. And I think Max is like, can I throw you the ball? Should I not throw you the ball? He does a good job right there of chipping, but see how he kind of looks over the wrong shoulder? And, if he was looking over the other shoulder, Max could hit him. And I'll be honest, man, this is kind of a synopsis of this year. Everything looks good until it's bad. And then all of a sudden you go back and dissect it, and you're like, well, it's just one thing here or there that's not clicking. Ham looks the other way. He throws it. Maybe we get out of it. The last play, Will uses his hands. Maybe Aaron Jones catches it. We get 10 yards. It's always one thing.
Now Xavier Scott's in there. They're
exotic look.
Of the depth chart running back.
Here we go.
Oh man,
I know. Yeah. Go back. It's the fact that these guys are both backups. There's a twist over here. 91, who I believe is LJ. No, he's in Arizona. Who is that? 91. I forgot. I don't know. They're gonna twist. Blake's got to punch this guy way harder over. He does a great job kicking. He's going to do an average job. See how he kind of gets swatted, and he doesn't really put him on the left tackle, and it creates this little crease right there where he can press inside. Okay. And we've talked about this before. The O-line are never strong on the inside because our inside foot is up. That's really just a brace, right? It helps balance us. If you push on the inside of an offensive lineman, he's going to have to really get low and start to drive because there's nothing behind him, right? You push on the outside of me, you're not going anywhere because my foot's back there to brace me. And so the minute that this 3 technique technically gets on the inside shoulder of the tackle, he's got nothing. He has no power. And so he has to run him in here, which ends up running him right into Max.
Also, okay, not to pick on Justin School too much here, but he's kicking out at first because 7 starts off like he's coming around the edge, but School knows, I think, that he's got chip help with TJ Hawkinson cleaning up this angle out here, right? So why would School get beat on the inside?
Well, he doesn't get beat by the end. He gets beat by the 3 technique, and it's because
that's what I'm saying though. Like, why is he why is he so far out?
Well, technically, because he has to play 7, right? Like he has to go. Assume that Hawk misses this chip. Assume I get no help. I need to be prepared. And he does a great job. Go back. You can see right away he creates depth, right? He keeps the defender in front of him. He stays square. Look, he gets a big kick, and the defender's still in front of him. The problem is Blake doesn't put this 3 technique on him enough, and that's what pushes it open. Instantly, he's trying to get his hands on this 3 technique, and this guy's pushing on his inside shoulder, which is super weak. See how all of a sudden he just gets pushed back? You have to completely change levels when someone pushes on your inside. You have to change your mindset to almost like a drive block. Like, it's a different mentality, and that's why he's prepared for outside, and all of a sudden he's like, twist. Now, I agree, like maybe 1% of it should be like, you should have known that was going to be a twist, but the other 99 goes to Blake going, you're a guard. Put him on your tackle. Like, that dude's got enough problems on the outside.
Yeah. Let's do one more here.
You know what? Why not? Why not? If we haven't been canceled, we will now. For sure we're going to get it now. Yeah, we are. Everybody look away. This is the first time we've ever seen Ham.
Also worth noting, again, like Max Brosmer, not yet. I think there's a chance he's a long-time backup maybe in the NFL, whatever. Like, it's so early, but not like he's not good right now. But a lot of these are showing a lot of quarterbacks have no shot with this.
Do you want me to ding you, or do you want to ding yourself? You just tell me what you want. I love that captain. I can't talk bad about a ski about row the boat guy.
No, I think he's got a computer for a brain, Boone.
Listen, this never happens, okay? Avert your eyes, everyone. Very rarely do I say this, but Ham, you know way better than this. This is not it, bud.
He knows he's got 42, right? He's been staring him down.
Oh, he knows. Everybody knows he's got 42. 42 knows he's got 42. So what did I tell you about that shoulder? What did I tell you about them shoulders? Right?
Use the hands, right?
Here's the problem with the shoulder, and people think I'm kidding. When you allow somebody to get close enough to you to hit your shoulder like that, you have no recovery time. So when he bounces off of you, you're not going to have the margin for error goes to almost negative. You have to anticipate that he's going to bounce outside and get on him right now. Whereas if you would have used your hands and created extension and then you lose, you have that half a second to go, what just happened? Now I can regroup. And that's all you need in the NFL. That's because everything becomes instinct. That's just bad pass pro by your running back, which is just very rare. And you know I love Ham, so I'm not going to go in.
He's their best. He's their best at blitz pickups.
Yeah, and I'll say it again. I'll double down on it. The coaching was not good this week. It just, the play calling was not good. You talk about like, hey, we're just going to put you back there and, hey, just let you sling it a little bit. And it's like, this is not even close to the game. It should have been 50 runs to 10 passes. And if you lose 21-0, people can go, all right, it is what it is. We're going through it, right? And that's another thing is like people forget you're going to go through it when you're losing your quarterback. You're losing your starting left tackle, your starting left guard, right? Like you've been in flux the entire year and had every damn right to win it. They just didn't.
Yeah. So, Justin Jefferson, hopefully, he can catch a few passes and the temperature can cool down here. But, yeah, these next 5 games, man, it's kind of like the two things for me are I want to see McCarthy take some steps forward. Also wouldn't mind if the Vikings improve their positioning on tankathon.com and moved into a top 5 draft pick. So
do we know who's starting yet? Have they come out and said?
Well, it's McCarthy for the Vikings is starting, and then I don't think Jaden Daniels is coming back
He's
yet.
not
It's
back
been kind of
yet?
up in the air, but I think it's Marcus Mariota versus JJ
right.
McCarthy.
Then you know what?
So-
I'll be honest. This game became super, super exciting now to see because you know the Vikings defense is going to come out roaring, right? Like they always do. They're going to be all over the place. The question is, can Washington get to him? Because they've been kind of up and down this year, but I mean they have some players on there, and they also know Jonathan Allen well, right? Jonathan Allen came from there, so it's going to be interesting to see how he does this week against those guys. It's just honestly, I want them to keep it competitive because if this game gets out of hand, all bets are off for the rest of the year. Like things could go sideways quickly.
Yeah, I'm shocked that we are at this point, but it is so bad and sideways. You kind of need to see the team like show a little fight that they care, or you might
little
have
bit
bigger questions than just like what are the. I mean, the quarterback is a big enough question. I don't think the head coach. I think the head coach deserves a lot of criticism. I don't think it's to the point where he's like, I don't think he should or will be fired yet. But dude, if the next 5 games keep getting worse and spiraling, all things are on the table for this organization.
Well, I was talking more about like people getting cut, like real people that they're like, listen, we're just not going to do this. We're doing a mini blow up and starting over real quick. And it's like, I've seen those happen because owners look at star players and go, I see that you're not going to last much longer. Here we go. We have limited time. And then all bets are off, right? Because we don't know when we'll get another generational talent like that. So, but
hey,
yeah, catch the ball, Justin.
He's the. I think he could have caught it.
What are you doing?
All right, Booney, you can catch more of him on the OLine Committee, Jeremiah as well, and we'll see you next time here in the trenches on Purple Daily. See you guys.